Okay, we on live.
All right. Shalom. This is the brothers of GMS New Orleans coming at you with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashum, Yahweh Shai, Bahashum, Rekahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And to the few sincere Aqua, diligently learning in silence, Shalom. And the title of this lesson is going to be Leave That Old Man, slash woman behind. This lesson stems from a conversation I had with the elder on Saturday. We are just talking about how we ran into people from our past and, you know, we've grown in the spirit, and grown in this walk, and, they just still stuck in the world, still stuck in being that old man or old woman. And it was like when you stick the two positive or negative ends of a magnet towards each other, they just push each other away. Like there's no reason for us to be around each other. We're on two completely different frequencies. And hey, that's a blessing. The spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai is, breathe this new life into us to look away from the ways of this life, the ways of this world, and unto the, the new things to come, the kingdom of heaven. Because the more you interact with these people in the world, especially like people you knew previously, whether a friend, an ex or anything like that, you can just see the reason, why we either broke up or I'm not dealing with you anymore. We're just in two completely different places, and there's no need for us to, continue, this relationship with each other. But we're going to start it off with Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17.
This Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. It says, therefore, if any man be in the Mashiach Yahushai, he is a new creature. Old, old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new.
A point blank period. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, Yahushai, he is a new creature. Old old things have passed away. That old man, that old woman, that those things you enjoyed in the world, those people you dealt with, just that old mode of life for this new life and being in the life of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The more you grow in the spirit, the less you want to be associated with this world. It just becomes that much more disgusting out here, and you really look back at yourself and say, I was involved in that. Like I can't believe I was really like that in the past, and you really count your blessings that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, woke you up to his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Yeah, I got a quick preset real fast.
Kind, you got it.
This is Psalm 51:10. It says, "Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within me."
Kind, create me a new heart, and know you're what? A new mind and a new spirit within me. A renew me from day to day. Keep your spirit on me, and just further, increase my understanding in your ways so I can know what's pleasing unto you and what's not pleasing unto you, and do those things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and take myself further, out of the ways of this world and not look back. Keep that old man buried in that grave, not giving him any chance to, dig himself back up and pull you down in with him again. But the next precept we're going to go to is
Yeah,
First Peter. Oh,
I got more in 17.
oh, kind.
yeah, I had one that kind of go with the one I just brought out, because the Lord said he was gonna do that, in due time. Let me see what I'm start at. Probably. Uh, I'm gonna start right here. This kind of the same thing goes into it. And the Lord said he was gonna do this, so that's why we are at where we at now in his life. This is Ezekiel 11:17 says, "Therefore say, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I will even give you, my bad, gather you from the people and assemble you out of all the countries where I have scattered you, and I will give you the land of Israel, and they shall come hence, my bad, and they shall come hither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations their front dents. All right, and everything else is the point. These two last verses is the point. 19 and 20. It says, "And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and I will give them a heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinance, and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power."
God, and hey, that's ultimately when the new covenant is fully established, where we have the laws, statutes, and commandments in us. But what we're beginning that right now, taking away the detestable things, coming out of these religions we were in the world, taking abominable foods out of our kitchens, just, if you used to smoke weed in the world, or, do any other type of drugs, you stop doing that. You start cutting off everything of that old man or woman in this life, and, continue to put on that new man, or that new man and that new woman, everything that's pleasing unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And again, the more you grow in this thing, the easier it becomes to put off the ways of this world and truly see how detestable and disgusting it is.
And like you say, I got you too, Kayat. But like you said, the Lord's doing it now too. That's the point of me bringing it out. That's all right. When the Lord change our minds, according to Hebrews 8 and 8, but also that changing starts now. That actually the converting of our hearts, which is our minds, our ways, and our spirit starts now. All right, and that's why, all right, we go so hard going on the highways and byways. All right, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, loving our brother. All those things start now because we wasn't doing them. All right,
mm-hmm.
We was looking at ourselves, looking at each other with the evil eye, man. We was doing all sorts of abominations out here, man. It's completely going off as a people. All right, but you got it out.
Hey, eating abominable foods, committing adultery, just stealing and cheating and getting over on your brother, all manner of, detestable things that, this world promotes. Hey, we're putting it off and we're becoming better for it. And hence you need to keep it put off. Don't let that old man come out of that grave and start to grab you again, because we're getting closer and closer to the end of this thing. So as, our spirit ramps up, the spirit of Satan and these demons and these trials out here, they're going to ramp up, and they're going to come at different angles to try to pull you back into the world. But, you got to continue to increase and renew that spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, so you don't get pulled back in.
Yeah, a lot of times the things we was connected to in the world, all right, it made us guilty by association. Some things we wasn't even doing, but we was wrong or flocking with those who do it. It might have turned us off, but like you said, we was connected to them, not in righteousness. We was connected with men who didn't serve the Lord. They didn't have any fear. So once you start to gain that, all right, it's time that changes. The Lord makes you change. Like, you can't serve the Lord and still be this, this infamous person you was in the world, or how you moved in the world. It don't work that way. All right. The Lord start to what? Disassociate you with the world. Okay, this is Job 17 and 9. You want to say something, Yagana?
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Come on, it's Job 17 and 9. It says, the righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that had clean hands shall be stronger and stronger.
Hey, the righteous shall hold on to his way, the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and have these clean hands, that clean conscience, wax stronger and stronger. The more you take yourself out of the world and fully commit unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the more he's going to build in that spirit in you, to commit unto him, and, not to look back, not to reminisce of who you were in the past or the things that you did. You become, even more shamefaced, feel shame for it, and do whatever you can to, go extra hard to please Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and not doing those things. And I'll say this too, I'm not recommending, going to people in the past to see how much you've grown, but I'll say, running into people in the past, gave me, it was like a litmus test to see, how much I've grown in the spirit, by how much, I don't want to have any association with you. Like, we're just on two completely different paths that cannot pass.
Yeah, the Lord let old friends pass you, come by you at old football games just to gauge your spirit, man. You know, he let you get in certain situations that you probably once was in the past and how you will react to it, you know, or what would you do to see how you have grown. Because at the end of the day, the Lord, once we start to get in the Lord, in him we live, move, and have our being. So our spirit start to gravitate to the things which are righteous. So now the Lord gonna try you and see if the old man is still there. And then we're imperfect. You know, sometimes we do get more angry than we would like, all right, or maybe curse or don't, you know, maybe don't think it all the way through. But the Lord had renewed and created in us a new spirit to where we wouldn't flame out, all right, and just throw away this truth like that, man. All right, because any little thing with us starts to be warranted to where if we do any little thing, we could throw away the truth, man. The ministry is blamed, and then now everything is what? In the air, man. All right, you have given over to Satan, but you got it, bro.
I want to say this too, because a lot of times we, like the rest of, we meet people from the past, whether women, men, or even adults, you know, that was older than us, and they want to talk about the past and different things like that. They want to even exchange numbers, but I don't. Me personally, I don't never even call them, man. It's just a chord that I see you high and by. You know what I'm saying? We don't have nothing, because of this truth. We don't have nothing in common. You know, I can't bring up the things I know to you. You know what I'm saying? I can't bring up nothing that's geared towards this truth. All right, from a geopolitics standpoint, nothing, because you're not going to believe, man. All right, this is only for, and we damn sure understand that this is only for the elect. All right, the chosen. All right, the Lord's. All right, the Lord's men that's going to ultimately get and understand His word. All right, it's like speaking another language. It's like a whole hidden code within the social structure of people, right in their face, but they just can't get it. So there's no association with those folks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
God, I'll say this too. Run into a friend in the past. Especially an ex, which a couple of months ago I was on the job and it come across past with the ex of mine, and I was just thinking to myself, man, how did I deal? How did I deal with you? Because back then, because you just see, I'll just say this, the little interaction we had, it was like all in those few couple of minutes, the whole problem that led to the end of that relationship was encompassed in that little moment. And it made me think back, man, I don't even know how I dealt with you for as long as I did deal with you. So seeing some growth there, for things to look for, next time, red flags, it's all with that. And, just with things in the world, as you grow in the spirit, as the brother Kaya and as well as the elder brother was saying, you come across people or situations, the Most High will put you through it to see where you're at in the spirit with it. Are you going to revert back to that old man? Or are you going to revert to that new man, that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding?
I got this word forget in the online etymology, and I got one in Sirach for you. However you want to do it.
Khan, you got it. You can get the word, and then we can get the Sirach, and then we'll jump to that Peters.
This the word forget. It says lose the power of recalling to mind, fail to remember, to neglect inadvertently, privily force away or amiss, to lose a hence from the mind. You want to say something on it?
Oh, you got it out.
Yeah. So you lose the care for recalling it to mind. We start to think about, all right, like it said in Lamentations 3, we start to recall the things to mind, like the sins of our past, different things like that. We start to be repentant towards the things that matter. We don't start to look back at old friends. We'll think about them every now and then, but what comes to mind? Man, I was wicked, man. We used to, most of the time when I talk about my old friends, all I can associate with it is wickedness. I can't like attach nothing righteous to it. All right. We was doing all manners of evil, malice, going to jail, whatever, fighting, our own people. It just, then you may have one that stick out that bunch to where like, okay, you making reconcile things according to righteousness, but you still have to watch how you deal with him. All right. This is Sirach 27 and 19. It says, as one that letteth a bird go out of his hand, so hast thou let thy neighbor go, and shall not get him again. Follow after him no more, for he is too far off. He is as a roe escaped out of snuff. You got it.
God. And like a bird, a bird that's trapped and gets away, what? It never comes back. So, follow when you come out of the ways of this world, that old person you were, hey, don't go back to it. And as the brother's been saying, you run into people, and more often than not, there's no, reconciliation that can be made. So, you may exchange numbers, but ain't no point in calling that number. Ain't no point in dealing with that person. Because say you do go and deal with them, the conversation, y'all may reminisce about some stuff you did in the past, but since they're still in the world, it's quickly going to go left and go to wickedness. And then it'd be like, what am I doing here? I definitely made a mistake, meeting up with this person again, because we're right back in this situation that I was in before. And what? You haven't been built up in the spirit. You might start reminiscing a little too much and start dabbling in that old man again. And that's going to open up a whole other issue you don't want to deal with. That was it with that, Sarat?
Mm-hmm.
Kind. Then we can get 1 Peter chapter 4. We're going to read verses 1 to 4, Baba Kashai.
1 Peter what?
1 Peter chapter 4, start at verse 1. We're going to go down to verse 4.
This 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. It says, for as much then as the Mashiach had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin.
And hey, Yahushua, had to go through his trials and tribulations and suffering in the flesh, and it's no different for us. We're walking the straight path, but we're still in this flesh, and we're suffering in it. But as we suffer and don't give into the flesh, what? We're ceasing from sinning. We're becoming much more on that vibration of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, that new creature, looking unto those new paths, which are really, the old paths of our forefathers, but they're the ways of righteousness. Keep going on.
Verse 2, that he no longer shall live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of our power.
A point blank period, that he should no longer live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, living after the ways of this world. Whatever things you did in the world that were off, you're no longer doing it, nor are you concerned with it. You're forgetful of it, and you don't want to go back to it. The more you grow in the spirit, the more a disgust builds in you and more shame to do what? But to do the will of the Most High. Do what you can, go extra in, pleasing Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, to make sure you don't slip and fall up. And keep going on.
Verse 3, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting, and abominable idolatries. That's what I said. Sure.
And hey, that sounds like what? An average week and weekend in America. Lasciviousness and lust, your sexual appetites, going out every weekend to try to hook up with some random person, excess of wine, being a drunkard out here. You're having to drink damn near every day out of the week. And when you do drink, it's not a few glasses. You overindulging and waking up with that hangover. Revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Just going out and having a grand old time, fulfilling the lust of the flesh. Nothing spiritual at all. Which, it's okay to so-called let your hair down, and have your off time to do, it's not no problem, going to a bar and having a drink, with the brother, something like that. But when that becomes the focal point of everything and not actually found the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, that's when it becomes an issue. Keep going on.
That's the lifestyle of the Gentiles.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it says you wrought the will of the Gentiles. So, you carry that in the world, then these are the things that's going to be attached to you, man. Marriage, giving into marriage, you're going to do an overload of it. But some of those things, see, the excess of it caused Jake to go off. The wine, which wine is good if it be drunk measurably. All right. Even banqueting, feasting, all right. If you eating it right, you eating according to the dietary law, all right. But Jake, what? He started to partake in abominable idolatries, man, which caused everything to be defiled. It says, wherein, verse 4, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Hey, they think it's strange, and all you brothers and sisters, got a counsel when you started following after the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's when people started, talking behind your back and snickering and looking at you, sideways, which as they look at us strange for not doing those things that they do, on the flip side, we look at them strange for doing the things that they do. And, as I said, speaking evil of you, they speak evil of us, and we speak evil of them. I can't believe you doing that. Like, you just out here, going every which way but loose, just indulging in your lusts. Clearly this is gonna lead you down, lead you into a bad situation. But what? You just pass on by like a fool with no care in the world till that judgment comes. You wanted to say something, Yakina?
Nah, I was trying to look for something.
Oh, kind.
Yeah, see them that be wicked, let them be wicked still.
Kind.
And you see that? I mean, at this point, we connected to that which is right. So if we go in and embarrass ourselves, I did a video the other day. So it shouldn't be no embarrassment of nothing we doing in the truth. And if it is, right, you're gonna have to call that the mind. You're gonna have to examine that, because what you're doing is not parallel with the scriptures, man. If you banqueting all over the place, you're in public, you're drinking, and you ain't controlling self-control and different shit like that, then you got to examine that shit, man. All right, we at the times where everything is pivotal. We at a pivotal period, man. Okay, anything can get us killed right now. You want me to keep going, or that's it?
That's it. But I got a precept, to back you up with that statement you just made. This is a Sirach chapter 18. I'm gonna start at 30. Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites.
Yeah.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee. And you overindulge in excess, in your appetites out here, what? It's going to make you a laughing stock. You'd be looking like a fool out here. You could go to jail, and you could ultimately get put to death. Because again, as we're getting closer and closer to the end, you're going to see these judgments ramp up. The things over the years that, the Most High, gave you time to, refrain from it and build yourself up from it. That little grace window is going to be shorter and shorter. So that next mistake you make might be the last one you make. You could be up in the spirit world. So it's pivotal right now to be, on all our spiritual P's and Q's, not letting that old man or that old woman, rear their ugly head and bring you back down into the grave with them, spiritually and physically. But the next precept we can get is Ephesians chapter 4, verses 17 to 19. Then we're gonna. Oh, you got one, kind. You got it.
Yeah, this is Philippians 3 and about 12. It said, oh shit. Hold on, let me go back to that. Yeah, it says Philippians 3 and 12. It says, not as though I have already obtained, neither were already perfect. All right, but I follow after, if that I may apprehended that for which also I am apprehended of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Brethren, I count not myself to be apprehended, but this one thing I do, all right, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward unto those things which are before. I am pressed towards the perfect, I am pressed towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai in Yahweh. Well, yeah, in Yahweh, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. It said, let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. All right. And if any, my bad, and if in anything ye be afterwards minded, Yahweh shall reveal even unto this unto you.
Hey, forgetting those things which are behind, but looking forward to those things, that prize, being of that elect number, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And as I said at the beginning, not thinking that I have already, roughly paraphrasing, that I have already obtained or achieved. You got to constantly be growing. You can't be settled on your lees. You can't think that where I'm at right now, I don't need to keep improving, because what, still waters, gather that disease and that stink. You got to constantly be in those running waters, refreshed, keep moving forward.
And that even go for people too, man.
Con.
Things and all that,
Hey, refraining from, people you knew in the past, refraining from your old lusts and appetites, just that old man or woman in general, constantly growing. But was that it, Yakina?
Yeah, that was it.
Con. We can go to that Ephesians chapter 4, verses 17 to 19, Baba Kashab.
There's Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. It says, this I say therefore, Salam. It says, this I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind.
And what was the saying, Jeremiah, the heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? And these people are just
desperately wicked.
Desperately wicked. And these people are given over to their vanity, the thoughts of their mind or what lead their actions. And especially in America, you've got so much information and, entertainment and everything coming at you that you can be pulled to and fro. So you really got to lean on Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, so you don't walk, after the ways of that former life, just the ways of this wicked life in general, and get pulled into it. Keep going on.
Having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of our power through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart.
Keep going.
I got something for that.
Oh, you got it.
This Psalms 119 and 67. It says, 176, Shalakia. It says, I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments. Which, when it says being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that was in them because of the blindness of their heart, which the Lord gave us commandments to keep. And as we, walk and continue in our own ways, all right, we departed from the ways of the Lord. It says, he that remained in the congregation of the dead, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So that's how people stay blinded. You want me to read the next one?
You got it. And was it saying, real quick, was it saying in 2 Timothy's, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth? Yeah. So these people out here living in their lusts, living in their appetites and their pleasures, are the walking dead. They're just waiting, for that judgment to catch up from them and make them, physically dead.
Through that ignorance. Like y'all can say that to ignore. They just ignore the thing that's right for them. And that's what our people do today. I know pork, I know it's bad, but I've been eating it 60 years, man. That's ignorance though. Like you just ignoring the fact of, man, completely, man. All right. And that's that blinded heart. It says who being past feeling have given themselves over until lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. Heavy.
Hey, just being completely taken over, consumed by their lusts, being a brute beast out here, a literal animal that only eats, shits and fucks, and is only concerned with, appeasing those appetites. And again, with just all this mishmash of wickedness going on out here, sooner or later you're gonna get the just desserts for your wicked ways, that judgment, that death by pain, which, as we can see since the start of this year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, as Apostle Tahar has deemed it. Hey, it's been explosive, and we just passed the first week of the new year, and look at how much has happened in these 7 to 8 days. A lot. And there's even more stuff to come down the pipeline, even more judgments, even more great death. But you got it, Kaya.
This is a quick one for you. Proverbs 5:22. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cause of his sins. This is the point. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray.
Hey, he shall die without instruction, and not being instructed out here by the ways of righteousness, and his own folly shall take him out. You live in this death style out here, which according to the law, statutes, and commandments, there's a recompense for it. So again, closer to the end, things are going to speed up much sooner rather than later. You're going to get that recompense for it. And the Most High, since this is his last, go around to punish you, Jakes, for your wickedness, y'all are going to get the worst punishment, the worst, pain and death and horror, everything. And it's much well deserved.
They said they give themselves over to these things too. As it says in Tobit 12, that they that sin are enemies to their own life, man. A lot of men are committing suicide, man. All right. By the what? The lust of their heart, like you say, their appetites, which they can't refrain from. They can't help themselves in such words. So it become greediness, man. All right. Who can these niggas envying themselves, man? What you gonna do with a man that envy himself? Like, what could you do with it? How you gonna fix that? It says, verse 20. But ye, you want me to read 19? I read 19. You want me to read any more?
You can jump to 22 and read to 24.
Con. It says, man, I'm read down. Ain't number one sentence, one line.
Con.
It says, but this heavy, but ye have not so learned the Mashiach Yahushua.
Hey.
I got two.
That's not bad. Go ahead. I can say something on that one, brother.
I got two to go. What y'all talking about and what you said, Kaya. This is I got two of them. This is Proverbs 28 and 10. It says, whosoever causeth the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself in his own pit. All right. But the upright shall do good things in good things in possession. And this the older but goody. This is Sirach 14:5. Sirach 14:5. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he do good? He shall not take pleasure in his own goods.
Exactly. If you're doing evil to yourself, if you don't care that you're living a lifestyle that's going to kill you, then you're going to just drag everybody down with you. And again, that's why it's good, not to associate with people from of course, again, there are some people you do deal with in the past that, they're all right. And, there's a chance they could make it. But for the majority of these people, it's better leaving that relationship where it was at, not trying to open up old wounds again, because I drag you back into those lusts and the ways of life. You got it.
Even in the truth, when we get with our real friends that the Lord have given unto us, we can't allow our friends to be undisciplined, sloppy, and like our friends and used to be in the world, man. All right, we're neighbors now. Okay, we live in the same house. We can't be lascivious. We can't be undisciplined. We can't be leaning on brothers to do things that you should be doing yourself, man. All right, you can't. Like, there's a level of discipline that you have to carry, all right, within the ministry that make you a friend of your neighbor, man. That makes us neighbors, okay? Because they could do things in the world, that they used to do. Oh, I just go by the brother, he ain't gonna dust the brother. You know, do anything in the brother house, whatever, man. Like now, we gotta carry ourselves like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. He that had it friends must show himself friendly. When we had friends in the world, we showed ourselves friendly by doing wicked things with them or not correcting them when they wrong. All right? We wasn't a friend born for adversity with them. We loved at all times. So now we change our ways, all right, and amend our ways on how we direct and lead our friends in truth, man. All right, how we go about this ministry with each other. We don't just do this any kind of way like we used to do with our partners in the world. We used to do any goddamn thing, man. You brothers know that? We'd get in the car and do any goddamn thing. Jay smoking, we all kind of shit, man. And men got many stories, okay? But now we're what? Instructed by righteousness. It says...
Some brothers got them Joey Diaz stories, man. Some old off-the-wall wild shit, man. Some shit that shouldn't even be talked about, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Like how you made it out of that one story, man. Like how you got the hell out of that one, man.
Yeah.
21, dude. You finished Yakin now?
Yeah, I'm about to say there's a lot of times it's even when we was in the world unconsciously not even knowing of the Most High still had mercy on us, man. A lot of us supposed to be dead, been dead, long time ago. All right. But the Lord has had mercy on us, man. All right.
Yes.
And in due time, he brought us into this truth. And we understand, like, damn, the magnitude of the Most High, he could have really just killed us, man. That's when it really hit home. Situations you was with, dudes you was rolling with, chicks you was with, all right, places you was going, man. When you hanging out at a place called the Duck Off down here, so you trying to die. You trying to die.
I was there, brother.
You trying to die going there, man.
Listen, brother, I was there. Music and reveling. Do you know drinking? I was there. And there's many other brothers like that. Bro, I was there, bro. Like you in a Duck Off, you trying to die.
Hey,
like you have no direction.
Going to a club down here called Duplex. You trying to die. You literally committing suicide as we speak. All right. Yeah. And now it's really the bourbon streets and shit. We don't even think about that shit, man. Yeah. You know, for the brothers in Baton Rouge, going to Bella Noche, you trying to die.
Trying to die, man.
Come on, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I got a precept for you, Yakin now. This is going right on point. Lamentations 3. We'll start at 19. Remembering mine affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall. My soul had them still in remembrance, and is humbled in me. Mm-hmm. This I recall of mine, therefore I have hope. It is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. You got it?
Yeah, because even unconsciously, like I said, in the world, we were still, unto the Most High, we were still looked at as his elect. It wasn't time for us to wake up now, all right? Even in the world, we were still gaining experience of wickedness. That's how when we heard the word by the elder apostles, by the scriptures, ultimately we could relate, like, damn, that shit wicked I was doing, you know, and it kind of hit home. That what really made you, was the driving force you to come more into the truth. You knew it was wicked, man. Mm-hmm. All right? Like, damn, I see why that was that feeling. You know, you know the girl got a dude you still trying to talk to and shit. You knew that shit wasn't right, man. All right? But nobody never broke it down to you how the apostles did or how the scriptures did. All right? Then it hit home. Yeah, like, damn, I was eating bologna and shit, baby back ribs, all right, shrimp. You're like, damn, man, the Lord could have been jacking me up a long time ago, you know?
Shrimp grits.
Hey, nobody corrected you. Like you said, when we started hearing the elders and apostles, we thought it was the way of life, brother. Like my whole environment, you become a product of your environment when you're not taught anything, when wisdom is nowhere in the vicinity of you.
Yeah.
You be a damn product of your own environment, man. Yeah. You come outside and be like, man, nigga doing it to me. Man, look, I gotta do me.
Yeah, you just want to sit every Friday on the car, on the top of the hood of the car, with a shrimp po' boy and a pineapple fucking big shot, man. Thinking you living life, man. You living life with that bullshit, man. Meanwhile, you killing your goddamn self, man. Smoking cigarettes, smoking the goddamn weed, and whatever else you was doing, man. You thought you was the man. wearing them
Yeah.
big ass clothes, size 53 jeans, all right, tall tees, all right, and big gas station caps, man. You thought you was the man. Meanwhile, you were just a fucking nigga, man. Just running around, just wilding out, no structure, no guidance. Just you all you can be. But then finally, you did have some morals, all right. You did, all right. Had a way to definitely have a brain in your goddamn head. And like I said, through the Lord have mercy on us, man. All right, that's why we can point out those things in ourselves first and foremost. Then we're able to point out in other people. Then, like what the brother been going into the whole time. All right, those people that we used to run with, you see them. A lot of them, like I said, a lot of the dudes I used to mess with, them cats still stuck in 2006, man. When Katrina happened, niggas stuck. They dressed the same way. Niggas dressed like C Murder, man. All right, niggas are stuck. Their mind mentally, they little boys from back then, just playing a role. They just little boys and grown men bodies, man. Still doing the same shit. That when I was in high school, you had some niggas called the Dynasty Boys. All of them, they thought they was Jay-Z. Niggas thought they was Dame Dash. Them niggas still doing the same shit, man. Still, stuck. And a lot of you Jakes, you in that Peter Pan syndrome, man. You stuck in that mode. The chicks too. A lot of you chicks, whenever you started that little hot phase, where you around here slinging nothing but ice cream, all right? You doing all sorts of manner of things, man. Wilding out. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of you get popped, you get pregnant, and what happened? You stuck in that mode. If you 17, you stuck in that mode. 18, and that's how it go for a lot of women, man.
And let me get a definition. You said in that Peter Pan syndrome, they got another term for it called arrested development.
Oh yeah.
Which is an abnormal state in which development has stopped prematurely.
Yeah, that's a lot of tribes. What you about to say, Up?
They apprehended their own self, man. You got it.
It's stuck, man. You just stuck in neutral with the engine revving, man. It's a lot of you Jakes, man. You got cats in the truth like that. You got dudes in the truth that bring that same nature. A lot of you just in that same mode, man. You see a lot of you still in that feminine, soft, big mama. A lot of you look like your mama, man. You got that soft woman spirit, man. And you bring that shit in the truth, and you deal amongst men like that, man. Being like in the words of Elder Ariella, you be a whole ass nigga, man. You gotta leave that. You gotta leave that shit alone, man. Yeah, that was it though. I
gotta leave the world behind.
Hey, these two for you, Riot, which we will add on to what Yakina was saying. This is Lamentation 3:23. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness, is going into his mercy. The Lord is my portion, said my soul, therefore will I hope in him. Which, like you said, just to be made afresh with that mercy, the Lord threw us. The Lord threw us a bone, man, which gave us an opportunity to get away from those things that apprehended us, man. All right, because even Paul say, neither do I apprehend myself, but this one thing I do, like Yakina read, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward to those things that are in front. So I don't keep myself from being developed or developing to who the Lord have basically chose for me to be. We found the way, walk ye in it. This is the way. You got it, right?
Hey, you should have, new thoughts in your head of things that please you, which ultimately goes to what? Pleasing Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. You should have thoughts of righteousness. You should have thoughts of dominion, having a kingly mindset. And how does a king move? He moves, well ordered and well instructed. He's got all his ducks in a row, as that saying goes. He ain't sloppy out here. You ain't don't be like Esau, where it says, "Hey, woe to them when their king is a child." You just take everything for granted in the powers and liberties you do have. You just fling them everywhere, and you abuse them.
Yeah, don't wait till the Lord gotta give you a near death experience for you to correct yourself. Because they got men in the truth. Lord almost killed theirs, and they like, man, this what I'm doing ain't right. It's a light goes off, a finger gets snapped, like, but it's something, Jesus Christ trying to tell me something. You even had men saying that they have to change themselves, when they didn't know the name of the Lord. But like, man, I know this wasn't not normal, man. And the Lord do that. The Lord will give you a near death experience to have you to change your life. You got to serve the Lord. You gonna change one way or another. All right. What you want, brother?
You can read down to 24, and then I just got one more after that.
Where in the word?
Ephesians. I think you have verse 22.
Yeah, I'm at 22.
Khan, you read down to 24, Baba Kashah.
Well, I'm at 21 because I read 20.
Oh,
I'm gonna read 20 again. It says, but ye have not so learned the Mashiach Yahushua. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in the Mashiach Yahushua, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Hey, if you've learned, the ways of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, you're putting off that old man, and you're continuing to put him off, which was what? Corrupt according to the deceitful lusts, given into the pleasures, the appetites, the carnal things, pleasing the flesh. You become more disciplined. Being a spiritual person is naturally going to make you more disciplined. You're going to rein in your members.
Yeah. Being evil teach you, being evil, it taught us to be more spiritual, how to be more spiritual. Even like Yakanah said, we was engaging in evil shit. We had consciences. I remember having conscience like, man, this shit ain't right. And Jake do that shit, bro. As a misled man, a broken man, all right, that evil come to mind like, bro, I know this shit ain't right. And we was in that. We was learning how to not do evil, man, by actually putting our hand to it. It says,
hey, what's it saying, Sirach? A wise man is well traveled. You're well traveled. Because everything up until this point, even right now, has been a learning experience. You indulged in the ways of the world and the ways of wickedness, and you saw the negative outcomes it had. So now that you've got instruction on the right way to do things, the scriptures open up to you, because you can see when it says these are the consequences for acting like that. You said, well, shit, that's exactly what happened to me. So if it's right on this, then everything else is right. So I'm instructed to, even if I haven't gone through certain experiences, when the scriptures say this is the outcome, hey, I know that that's what that outcome's going to be. So I'm not going to indulge in it.
Fucking right. We have put our hand. Hey, we put our hand to evil. That's why we know how to abstain from all appearances of it. We know when we going in the ways of evil now, because we actually was doing things of the sort, of the manner sort. So now we know how to abstain from all manners of it, which is that conversation, that former old man of that conversation, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. And that's when a man is gone and driven in his lust, as it says in James. All right. You're not tempted. A man is gone and driven behind his deceitful lust. All right. Then you are tempted. Okay. You have went after your lust. It says, and being renewed.
I want to say this real fast too, because it gets so bad in certain instances, in certain positions, situations that the Lord put you in. You see the shit coming a mile away. You damn that scriptures pop up in your head. Oh, that's such and such. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's that scripture.
Yeah.
Scripture. I'm talking about the scripture pop in your mind. Soon as you get to dealing with, I'm talking about a grimy nigga. Get out of there. Chick, that's adultery. Like I'm talking about it immediately. Like the brother say, one thing I know about Jake, and Apostle Tahar said this in 2007. One thing about Jake has a conscience. That's one thing the Lord imputed in Jake. He gave Jake a conscience. Niggas got a nigga wicked. Hell, I don't give a fuck how wicked the nigga is. All right, his top killer, nigga got a conscience, man.
Yes.
Aside from Esau, don't have a conscience. He don't think about a damn thing. He don't give a shit. But Jake got a conscience, man.
Yes.
Jake know that shit ain't right. Oh, that shit is wicked that he doing, man. All right. Go ahead. I just want to say that little piece.
No, in fact, that's facts, Jay. We got a conscience. That's why when we look at people that do evil and wickedness out here, we know they have some frame of idea about what they doing, man. All right, they know. Like it's like, bro, we know you know, bro. It says
They ain't sleeping
23,
well at night.
right? And some of them is because they just indulging, but whatever. It says, and be renewed 23 in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after our power is created in righteousness and true holiness.
At point blank period, and be renewed, day by day in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is created in righteousness and true holiness, true separateness from what? The ways of this world, being separated wholly unto the ways of righteousness under Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, being spiritually disciplined and being constantly renewed in that new man, keeping that old man dead like a dog where he lays, where he needs to be, not giving him any leeway to come back up and grab you by your ankles, as the elder brother was saying. As you grow in this truth, when situations come your way, way before they come your way, precepts will pop into your mind. Like I can see the blueprint to how this situation is going to play out, if I don't follow the scriptures. But if I do follow the scriptures, you avoid that pitfall completely.
I got your precept. This James 4:7. Submit yourselves therefore to our power. Resist the devil and he will flee from you.
Hey, submit yourselves under Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And what? By submitting, you submit to his, instructions. So what? The devil's going to flee from you. Like when, Satan came to Yahweh Shai to tempt him. How did Yahweh Shai combat him? By quoting the scriptures. And Satan couldn't do anything else but flee from him. So that's what we do. We quote the scriptures in our spirit and just avoid these situations.
Yeah, that's why we're able to call them out. Shit get to acting in a certain way with brothers. That's a demon. You call it, that's a damn demon, man. All right? Oh, this nigga's a demon. You can able to you can pinpoint what the hell going on. In the world, you were just caught up in the moment. And a lot of guys, I'm saying this, if you haven't got to that point where scriptures come in your head, you can point out the problems going on, you ain't got that far in the truth yet, man. All right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're not pissed off being around these people to where you don't like kids, old, nothing, you ain't got that far in the truth yet, man. All right, because over time, this is what it does to you. This is what the world does. All right, you start to really understand. All right, the important words that Job was saying. Not Job, King Solomon was saying about how the things that he was looking at became vanity to him, man. The conversations is wicked. The outlooks, all right, of the minds of these people became vanity to him, man. All the riches and having that shit is nothing, man. And really to us it's nothing because we're not in our kingdom. We still all right under these goddamn devils, man. Ultimately, all right. But go ahead, Doc.
Verse 8. Draw nigh to our power, and he will draw nigh unto you. Cleanse your hand, as we've been saying all through the video, making it fresh. Your hands is your power. It ain't go, with soap and do this. To listeners that just may be coming on, cleaning your hands is not washing your hands with soap, okay? Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. You got it right.
Hey, they got that saying, I wash my hands of this situation. What does that mean? I'm not dealing with it anymore. Everything that could be done, I've washed my hands of it. So, hey, whatever happens, that's on you. And what does it say in Psalms 119? Wherefore shall a man, cleanse his way, by the washing of the word, being washed by that spiritual water, being made, spiritually clean, not being a dirty degenerate out here.
Yeah, the Lord is at enmity with the world anyways. So anytime we're connected with things of the world, we're defiled and polluted, we dirty. All right. And if we have made our hands clean, our hearts clean, then we always looking to be clean anyway. Jake, when you clean, you feel fresh anyways. After a day's work, rain and boots and mud, you know, Jake in the shower, Jake feel fresh, man. That's what. So think of doing that with your inward man, your actual spirit, feeling afresh, and we're renewing it every day. So we're getting what, cleaner and cleaner, and that way we'll be waxing stronger and stronger. But that's all I got, brother.
Kind. I got one more. Galatians chapter 5. We're going to
Yeah.
read verse 16 to 21.
This is Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
And walking after the instruction of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that new man of righteousness and true holiness, separateness. So what? You don't appease, you know, the lust of the flesh, and Satan will flee from you when you actually, you know, take this instruction to heart and follow after it. Hey, this walk is more than just remembering precepts and going out onto the block and, you know, throwing out a bunch of precepts. The main work is done behind the camera, as Elder Brother always goes into. What you're doing, you know, when, you know, the brothers aren't around and you're left to your own devices. That's when all this instruction really comes into effect.
And it's true to damn and make you dormant almost. Because anywhere you go, anything, it's just all manners of evil and wickedness. Hey, the brothers, from far as I know, man, the brothers go do what they do and go to damn inside and dwell in their house, man. All right, because it's too much wickedness, brother. It exceedingly polluted the whole earth, as it says in Esdras, man. We gotta look at it on TV. We gotta be around it. We gotta hear the filthy conversation. All right, we gotta work amongst it. Okay, it's forever present, man. Jay got moles that they work next to every day, straight mole. Nobody judging them, nothing, man. All right, you can't even eat a damn sandwich without this nigga looking at you, man. Foreigners, Russians, all kind of shit, man. People probably got pocket nukes on them. It's just all manners of evil just around you, brother. You just gotta go the fuck home. Jake even got evil in their damn house, man. Jesus Christ pictures and shit on the rosaries.
A lot of you got that dragon laying on side you, man.
Dragon, that woman.
Ready to bite your ass at any time. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
17. Oh, God.
Go ahead, you know.
For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Hey, you cannot serve two masters. You can't serve the Most High and serve the flesh at the same time. It's either one or the other. You're either going to be completely hot for Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, or you know, if you're being lukewarm, what did Yahweh Shai say? I'll spew you out of my mouth. And if you're being completely cold, you know, you're going to get, you know, destroyed anyway. So it behoove you, you know, to be hot for this word, be hot for this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, be hot in the spirit, be that flaming spirit, that ministering spirit of fire.
But if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. You're under mercy and grace, man. And that's what we understand, that we're gonna have little miscues. We're gonna sin, we're gonna err off a little bit. But for the most part, we got godly sorrow. All right. Jake need to check that out. 2 Corinthians 7 chapter. All right. Understand what godly sorrow is. That's mercy and compassion. All right. But it's for those that practice and rehearse in righteousness. It's not for everybody. Oh, it's even for the Christians. They go do all manners of evil and then say, you know, all things are forgiven through my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. No, man. All right. The Lord gonna be unmerciful to everybody that's saying Jesus Christ, unless they repent and come into Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. It says 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies.
And hey, when we were in the flesh, you know, we indulged in these things. So it's not lying here. You know, the hatred, the variance, you know, adultery, the fornication, the lasciviousness, the idolatry, all that are the ways of the world. And, coming into this truth, we see how wicked they are. And when we read these precepts that talk about these things, like, yeah, I saw that when I was indulging in those things, it was always a negative outcome.
Envyings, murder, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of our power.
At point blank period, you giving over to those, those lusts, you don't refrain from them. As I believe that when you brought out in Proverbs, Kaya, what does it say? You can ultimately be destroyed.
Yeah.
You're walking, you ain't even sleepwalking at this point. You wide awake, you willfully walking to your destruction, and you deserve everything that's going to come your way because you've had this instruction. You have the prophets out here breaking down, the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So you don't have any cloak for your maliciousness. So, hey, the Most High is going to run roughshod on you.
Yeah. Hebrews 10:26. For if we sin willfully after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remain no more sacrifice for sin. A lot of our people know the things that are wrong. So even if you put this in regards to men that actually been in the truth or still walking in the truth, there remain no more sacrifice for sin. Our people that's wicked, they know what's up. You talk to some of our people, they'll tell you, I know, brother, I know the shit wrong. Eat pork like you brothers are witnesses, man. Y'all brother can speak on behalf of this and y'all family members and different shit. Say, I know Christmas ain't right, bro. But it's for the children, bro.
Yeah. Crazy.
Come on. All right. It's that was it right there.
Yeah, that's it for me.
20. Well, okay, that's it.
Oh,
That's it.
y'all had your brothers had any other precepts or closing points you wanted to make?
That's it.
Kind of. Hey, so with that, we hope this was an edifying lesson to you, sincere Akim and Akwat out there. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, Yakin, I fell out. We're still live.
Oh shit.